Hi, I'm Janae, your Usborne Books and More consultant, and I want to talk to you today about a favorite of mine in the Usborne Books and More collection, although really they're kind of all favorites. But this one is close to my heart because I was an English literature major in college. So I love great books, I love classic novels, and I really wanted to be able to share those with my children as they grow. And that is why I get really excited about our Usborne Originals collection. We have all these great classic books that have been illustrated and presented in their complete and unabridged forms for you to share with your children. Books like Around the World in 80 Days, Heidi, The Wizard of Oz, The Odyssey, Treasure Island, The Railway Children, Little Women, my personal favorite, and Anne of Green Gables, my other personal favorite. I don't know. These are all great stories, classic stories. They're the complete books, and they all have been enhanced with beautiful illustrations that go with them, which is really great. I love these as read-alouds with my own children because some of them are a little too much for them at this age to read on their own, but they are so engaging, and even my younger children can enjoy some of these heavier topics and longer books because there's pictures for them to look for every few pages, and they really like the illustrations. I love our illustrated originals collection. There's more than even what I have here, although I do have a lot of them, so check them out. I also love some of our illustrated stories, which is a collection of shorter stories in an illustrated form. Like we have the stories of Aesop, so Aesop's Fables, told with great illustrations in individual stories. So you can go through all those great stories with those wonderful morals at the end, and you have great illustrations to go with them as you tell the stories. So those are really fun. We have an illustrated stories from Shakespeare, which is great because I like this one a lot. They took some of Shakespeare's plays and wrote them as short stories and illustrated them. So this was a wonderful way for me to introduce my children to Shakespeare as kindergartner and preschoolers. We read some of these stories. I did them as read-alouds at bedtime, and they're fully engaged. So they already know some of these classic Shakespeare tells, at least the storyline, before they get to the tough language that might come with the actual plays. And then we also have, in that same vein, the illustrated stories, the Greek myths. So lots of stories from Greek mythology with wonderful illustrations told. And again, make for a great bedtime reading or read aloud as a family. So those are lots of fun. And then one more way that we present some classical literature that I'm really excited about is our Graphic Legends collection. These are some legendary classic tales, but redone in graphic novel form. So you get that comic book vibe. So here's like the Three Musketeers. The whole story unfolds, and I kind of think of these as sneaky readers because if you've got a kid that when you hand them a book they're not that excited, but they would love a comic book, you can get them reading and learning some classic tales this way. We have Hamlet, we have Macbeth, Jason and the Argonauts, Three Musketeers, Robin Hood. These are wonderful stories, Alice in Wonderland, but told in a form that's going to engage their minds and their eyes and their imagination. So make sure that you find out more about any of our classic stories. If you need more help or information, I'm here to help you, or contact your own Usborne Books and More consultant and get some of this classic literature on your shelf today.